So, what got you on the cop watching, Foxy? I mean, what is the animus behind why you do what you do? Because, I mean, honestly, this kind of activism is, well, for lack of a better term, a sausage fest. It's mostly guys, you know, like...
That's what it was. That's what got me into it.
Oh, really? You just... Oh, yeah, you want a harem of activist guys, right? Or, you better say just kidding, because it's going on the internet, you know? So, I mean, but seriously.
My sister got her ass kicked by the police, and ever since then, I was like, fuck this, no. And so, Tom Zebra was in the area, he recorded the area that she got her ass kicked, and so I got in contact with him, and we started recording together, and it just took off.
Did his evidence actually help her?
No, he didn't get her incident, but
yeah,
he had a whole bunch of police videos, and he actually recorded one of the cops who had harassed her, and so that's how we stumbled upon it.
Yeah.
And we got in contact with him, and then I just started recording with him, and then the rest is history.
Right on. So, a few other questions. Comparing apples to oranges, I mean, I have more of a in-your-face kind of heckling them when they're naughty, and honestly, I think I'm nice to them when they're nice, but your style's quite a bit different than mine. Like, you know, honestly, no bullshit, like, compare your style to mine. Like, what are your thoughts?
You're more in their face. You'll talk shit to them, you'll poke at them, and I will hang back. I'm not into giving them anything. I'm not into giving them a reason to do anything to me, so if they ever arrested me, there would be absolutely no reason for it, and my nose would be clean, and I'm not going out by...
So would it be safe to say that it's more strategy is why you're kind of hanging back, or...?
No, because I sit pretty close to them. It's not that I hang back, I'm just quiet about it, and
right.
They...
Because I noticed tonight you walked really close, and you're like, yeah. You know, you're close enough to touch your cars, you know.
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, it's not like I'm hanging back where I can't hear anything or whatever. I'll walk right up to them, but I'm not going to give them anything by provoking them and give them a reason to arrest me or anything like that. Do
you ever explain to people their rights, like, you know, when they're being detained? I mean, like, you know, like myself, Tom Zebra, some of the others, you know, like, hey, you don't have to consent to that search. Do you ever...
I will tell them that, however, don't get me started on the rights, because we don't have any rights.
Well, they like to pretend, don't they?
You can't take away, and they don't give a shit, so is it really a right?
Right, it's only a right unless you can exercise it, correct?
If it's something that you can't take away, it can't be taken away.
Right.
But, so is it a right? Well, only until, or as much as they want to give it to you, so it's really a privilege.
So do you think there's a place for the heckling? I mean, what purpose would it serve?
For me?
Or for anyone, just like, you know, comparative.
Get a kick out of it, I guess.
Yeah, well, I think so. I mean,
is there a purpose?
I think so. I'll explain. I think that it's important for people to stand up to that power. I mean, for me, it's about eroding the legitimacy of law enforcement. I mean, they have proven over the last, you know, 300 years that they cannot be trusted. Right. They've proven that, and for me, it's more about empowerment. Like, a lot of people will go out with me and they're like, oh my God, you mean, yeah, you can do that. You know, I mean, they feel empowered just by filming, you know, and for me, that's what it's really about. You know, sure, I enjoy it, you know, but I really don't go out of my way to fuck with cops that don't deserve it. Yeah. You know, when they're doing good things, I'll thank them. You know, there's videos on both sides of that. But I mean, that's the reasoning basically is to erode the legitimacy, the idea that they somehow are superior to us, which is not true, you know.
Right, it's not true.
And I have to tell you though, I really do enjoy the looks on their bitter pinched medieval little faces when, what do you mean you're not afraid of me? What do you mean and you can see gears turning in their heads, and it's kind of shocking to cops, you know.
Yeah, they don't really say a lot to me, so I don't engage with them first unless they say something to me, and if they are saying something punkish to me, then I will respond in kind, but I don't necessarily look to start something with them or give them a reason to arrest me, because I think that area has a lot to do with it too, because it seems like the cops in your area are a little bit more used to people talking shit, and you know, over here, if you talk shit, you might get one that's like whatever, and you might get one that's like, oh, that's enough for me. You're disrespecting me, and I'm butthurt, and I'm gonna arrest you and show you that now let you deal with it.
Yeah, I would say that it's quite a bit more intense here because of the demographics, because of the comparing the LA area to Portland. There's just so many more people here, you know, and yeah, the cops tend to be a bit rougher here than other places I've been. Oakland's really bad. New Orleans is horrible. East St. Louis is really bad. Anything out when I was out in Ferguson, I think the worst I've ever seen is out there in Standing Rock. You know, that's the most willing I've ever seen cops willing to do violence against people. But yeah, all communities are different. I did notice some similarities between the way we do things. I document details, like I'll do the street corner and the time, and you know, the officer's license plates. I really enjoy seeing the fact that you do that too, because the accountability is in the details, you know.
Exactly. And you know, had so many times where you ask them for their name and they'll just ignore you or tell you officer or some stupid ass answer. I've
had a cop tell me trying to when I was being thrown out of a courthouse, like I asked, you know, officer, do you have a name? And he's all, the federal government. I mean, the pig literally told me that his name is a federal. Like, really? Oh, you know, your name's Bob or something, you know, or John, you know.
We've had one tell us, gave us the address to the station and said, go find it out there. So we did. So we went down there and we showed them the picture, and they identified him based on just looking at it, and it was like, okay.
Well, finally, you know.
Well, yeah, and then that was the last time, because we tried it again, and he must have gotten reprimanded because the second time we went in there with the same officer, he didn't give us the name. We had to like go search for it, but I did a public records request on that, and then I figured it out before they even got back to me on it. So much for that, right?
Well, if you had advice for other women that wanted to do this, like tips, pointers, like how to, you know, what would Foxy do? WWFD.
I would. Well, if you have cop watchers in your area, I would try and get a hold of them and just kind of ride along and see what it's like and get pointers and tips. Or if you're brave enough, just if you see them on the street, just pull over and document. And even if it's sitting inside of your car, you know, as long as you're recording, because you never know what's going to happen, especially if they don't see you and they don't know that you're recording them. That's when you're bound to catch more dirt than if you were to get out of your car and be in their face anyways. So, you know, if you're scared to get out, it's perfectly fine to just sit there and do it from privacy of your own car and the safety of your own car.
Right on. Now, I've noticed that comparing our styles, yours versus mine, I've noticed that you don't heckle, but you do edit video that's fucking hilarious. Like, I really love the text overs and the captions, and your sense of humor is amazing. I highly recommend Foxy's works, folks. And if people are out there on the interweb and they're watching this video, how do they get to your stuff?
IDA Foxy Queen on YouTube. I have 2 channels. My other channel got shut down where I can't access it. The videos are still there, but I can't log into it or upload anymore. So
is YouTube giving you the high hard one or something? What's going on?
I don't even know why. They just shut me down. Didn't give me a reason. I can't log in to talk shit back to them and be like, what the hell? So I just started a new one.
Yeah, as a YouTube content provider, I am kind of it gives you this ominous feeling like they could yank my channel and there's no way. You can't contact Google, you can't talk to them. It's like they're almost gods up on Olympus, and we just like the little, that's how they like to act, you know? Like, it's really weird. So I'm sure you're getting really sick of a camera being jammed in your face, but is there anything you'd like to add? You know,
I just like that you're here and we're able to connect, and I always think it's good for cop watchers to network and, you know, let them know that, hey, we talk.
Oh yeah, we do, and we support each other. So can I get a pound? Yep.